Hello friends, welcome to Ignite IAS. Myself Pruthvi. Today we are going to discuss an important topic, that is preamble. In fact, if we say India is democratic country, how do you say? Okay, the very source of democracy is from the constitution itself. Yes, what is constitution? Constitution is nothing but it is a basic framework of rules and regulations. It explains what is the authority of the state and what are the rights of the people. Okay, this explains the goals of the Indian state. It also explains how these goals are to be realized, what is the machinery in that process. That is the reason why constitution is a fundamental unit for the governance, for the day-to-day existence of the people in the country. Then if you want to learn what this constitution talks about, what are the goals of the constitution, you don't require to go through every part of the constitution, but the very preamble of the constitution explains the essence of the constitution, because preamble summarizes the goals, objectives and the nature of the state of India. So hence we must understand what is the essence of the preamble and how does help us to understand the constitutional spirit in this video. Right. So first of all, what is preamble? Preamble means it is a beginning note of the constitution. Okay, it is a beginning note. It is a preface. Okay. This preface contains a lot of basic things. What this Indian state stands for, what this Indian society stands for. Okay. For example, the preamble begins with the description of the state. The preamble declares Indian state as sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic. This explains the nature of the state, because after 1950 January 26 we entered into the new era of the life, new era of the social, political and economic life. So in this context, this particular preamble says that India is sovereign. Sovereign means the ultimate power vested within itself. There will be no more masters to the country. The masters of this country reside in India itself. The controls of the country does not vest outside the country. Rather, the controls of the India are vested within the territory of the country itself, that is with the people. So hence sovereignty is ultimate power vested with the people. In Keshananda Bharati case, Supreme Court has commented that sovereignty is the power of the government to make any decision, to unmake any decision. Right. And socialist, India is also socialist. Okay. What is the meaning of socialism? Socialism means it is all about the resources of the country are vested with the state itself. There will be no more private property. This is what the Western dimension of the socialism. But in fact, we have modified the socialism which is suitable to the Indian conditions. We redefined Indian socialism as democratic socialism. So there is a blend of democracy and socialism. It means, yes, our objective is to eliminate the inequality in the society by means of the state intervention. And what kind of intervention it would be? The intervention is in the form of law. Everything must be done only through the law. Okay, what is a law? It is the expression of the public will. Whatever the public feel, that is expressed in the form of law by means of our legislatures, both at the union level and state level. So we are using law as a tool to reduce the inequalities in the society. So this is all about distribution of material resources, distribution of opportunities. Hence Indian state is nothing but socialist state. Next, it comes is secular. Secular means, this is another important dimension. Okay, because this secularism is so important in the context of the communal history of India, in the context of partition. Okay, so India does not follow any official religion. There is no official religion for the state. Every religion is equal. Okay, secularism is one of the dimensions of equality. Okay, it is nothing but religious equality. And we do not follow everything that is there in the Western constitutions. Yes, secularism is there in the Western constitutions. But when it comes to India, the perspective of secularism changes. In the Western countries, secularism means neutrality of the state towards a religion. But in India, secularism is something where there will be equality of religion in the eyes of the state and tolerance in the dimensions of the people. State will be neutral towards the religion and people will be tolerant towards the religion. So it means there is both social and the political context of the secularism. And state does not discourage the faith in the society. Yes, it allows the people to follow their own faith, religion, etc. Okay. At the same time, if there is any religious disability which is in conflict with the constitution, that will be targeted by the state. State will be promoting the equality within the religion. Okay, it does not oppose the religion, but it will try to reform the religion in the context of the Indian constitution. I told you already, the moment we got our constitution enforced on January 26, 1950, this is a new era of social, political and economic life. So we need to adjust, readjust, adapt our lives to the conditions established in the constitution. Okay, so we must ensure the constitutional spirit in the life. That is what very, very important. And not only that, we also have democratic. If you try to look at the very beginning of the preamble, it begins with "We the people of India." We the people of India. So it means this constitution has not been made by some other people, or it is not gifted by the Britishers to the India. Rather, this constitution was made by the Constituent Assembly on behalf of the people. In other words, the constitution was made by the people themselves. And the people will be ruling themselves by the government elected by them. Okay, so it means the rulers are elected by the people. This is what called as democracy. In fact, democracy is a very broader context and meaning also. Democracy must be understood not only the political democracy, social, economic and political democracy. Okay, right. On the top of that, we also defined our state as republic. Republic is also the manifestation of the democracy. Without a country being democratic, no country will become republic. So it means the head of the state is elected by the people. That is what the republic. So it means what it tries to convey is there will be no more hereditary status for the royalty in the country. Even the head of the state will also be directly elected by the people. It means the political, economic and social opportunities will be equally distributed across the society. This is what the essence, this is what the message we are giving. Even the highest post of the country will be open to every person in the country. This describes the nature of the state, what India stands for. This is what the nature of the Indian state. Okay. Not only that, not only describing the nature of the Indian state, it also sets certain goals. Being sovereign, being socialist, being secular, being democratic and being republic does not end there itself. Okay. The constitution makers also set certain important goals to be achieved. These goals are described in various names, in the various forms. For example, one of the goal the Indian state has to achieve is, that is justice. You must understand, justice has been defined in terms of social, economic and political. What is the meaning of justice? The term justice is not in the legal sense. It is not a legal term. Rather, the justice is all about harmonization of interest in the society. Having a sort of approach of fairness, equity and a kind of positive discrimination. that is nothing but justice. Justice is to ensure, to directly attack the poverty, the vulnerability, the backwardness and the discrimination in the society. Because if you try to see, the society we have inherited post independence is the legacy of the Britishers and also the legacy of the previous feudal kings. The society before the independence was not democratic in itself. Democracy is not just about being being ruled by the rulers, elected by the people. Rather, how you lead your life without domination, without discrimination. Okay, so that's why the social justice is very, very important, because the untouchability, the issues of social discrimination must be addressed. Not only that, decent standard of life must be offered. This can be done through the social justice. Not only that, we also have economic justice. Okay, economic justice means the minimum livelihood must be ensured. The decent living opportunities must be ensured. You understand, the preamble does not create any new set of rights. This manifests already existing rights in the constitution. For instance, you take Article 39 and Article 38. This directly manifests social justice, because the Indian state is welfare state. The welfareism has been manifested in the form of Article 38 of the constitution. This says social, political and economic order of the society must be ensured. Okay, that is what the essence of the welfare state. Okay, so that's why the constitution instructions are manifested in the form of the term social justice in the constitution, in the preamble. Similarly, economic justice and political justice also. Okay, but political justice means equal political opportunities, one man, one vote. That is what political justice. Everybody can contest any office, everybody can participate in the democratical aspects. But political justice will not be meaningful unless and until we achieve the social and economic justice. Social economic justice are the more important targets or more important goals compared to the political justice. That's why you can see the order: social, economic and political justice. Not only that, we also have liberty as a goal. Liberty means absence of restraint, absence of domination. There will be no more domination on any individual by any person. Everybody can happily pursue his life opportunities. He can redefine his own life. He can indulge in any activity whichever he wishes to. So that's why liberty is defined in terms of liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship. Okay, so having these traits is very, very important. Liberty of thought, you can do anything, you can think anything, you can aspire to be anything. You can be a writer, you can be a poet, you can be doing anything. Okay, next important thing is expression. You can speak, because Article 19 clause 1 subclause A says that free speech and expression. You can be politically active, you can question the government, you can form associations, you can form new political parties, you can do anything. Not only that, you can have your own belief system, faith and worship. This is all about secularism. In fact, the term socialist, secular are not original to the preamble. This have been added by the 42nd Constitution Amendment Act of 1976. So before that, also Indian state was secular, because Article 25 to 28 guarantees us the free faith and worship, the right to follow your own religion and worship. It is your fundamental right. And apart from the liberty, we have another important goal, that is equality. Equality of status and opportunity. Okay, you can see, we can't make everybody equal, but at least in certain aspects the equality can be established. Okay, in terms of status and opportunity. That's the reason why the constitution instructs the state to ensure the fundamental rights of the people. Okay, that is Article 14, which talks about equality before law. Okay, not only that, we have Article 41, right to work. Article 21A, right to education. So likewise, the opportunities can also be ensured. Then it comes to the another important goal, that is fraternity. So when you are offering justice, liberty, equality, the natural consequence would be fraternity. Fraternity means the sense of brotherhood. What is the sense of brotherhood? It is nothing but psychological integration of the people. Okay, people must be believing psychologically we are all Indians. When you are believing everybody as your brother or sister, what does it mean? You are overcoming the barriers of caste, religion and region. So then only the true integration of the nation will be happening. For example, one of the articles in the constitution, that is Article 17, which abolishes untouchability. Okay, so what kind of message are you giving? You are giving that irrespective of the diversity, entire India and Indianness must be preserved. That is what fraternity. Okay, right. That is, fraternity means psychological integration of people. And fraternity is the true equality. Okay, equality cannot be imposed from the top. Rather, equality must be coming naturally from the persons. It means the people must believe everybody is equal. Then only you can achieve the true equality. Then, as a consequence of fraternity, what it comes is dignity of individual. Dignity of individual. No person is violable. Every person will be carrying his own self-worth and self-abilities. That is the reason why Supreme Court in many judgments held that, for example, Khadak Singh versus State of Uttar Pradesh stated that dignity is also part of Article 21 of the Constitution, because life is not something like animal-like existence. Having life itself is not sufficient. How your life is being treated is also important. Okay, that is what the essence of dignity. And next important thing is another important goal, that is unity and integrity of the nation. See, unity and integrity. In fact, integrity is also not original to the Constitution, especially to the preamble. This was also later addition to the Constitution. Okay. In fact, fraternity, dignity and integrity, these are the other important things apart from justice, liberty and equality. These are the ultimate goals. Fraternity, yes, it has been given the constitutional status by means of fundamental duties. Yes, fraternity was there before that itself, but the fundamental duties have legitimized the term fraternity. Article 51A talks about 11 fundamental duties. And unity, of course, because in the Article 1 of the Constitution, it mentions that India is a union of states. Not only that, the very beginning of the preamble says, we the people of India. These are all the things, terms which indicate Indian state is, or Indian people are united. And not only that, we also have the integrity. Of course, integrity is another expression. So we need to not only territorially united, but also as a people we are also united. Okay. So Indian state is not viable, it can be fragmented. So we need to understand integrity in that sense. Not only that, it also declares the date of adoption of the Constitution. The preamble also declares the date of adoption of the Constitution. The Constitution was adopted on 26th November 1949. So it means the preamble says the Constitution has been made by the people themselves and they have adopted by themselves. So it means the Constitution has not been gifted by the English people. Rather, the Indian people voluntarily made their own Constitution with the use of Constituent Assembly. Okay, they have made the Constituent Assembly as a representative institution and which has made the Constitution for the Indians. So that's why the very democratic spirit, the very constitutional spirit, the goals of the Constitution, the philosophy of the Constitution has been mentioned in the preamble to the Constitution. Two important judgments have highlighted the importance of the preamble. One is Berubari Union case, in which yes, Supreme Court held that preamble is not part of the Constitution, which is a historical mistake, which was again corrected by the Keshavananda Bharati case. But apart from that mistake, in the Berubar Union case, Supreme Court held that if there is any confusion in the constitution, if there is any ambiguity in the constitution, such ambiguity can be resolved by looking into the preamble, because preamble is something which is key to the minds of the constitutional framers. Okay, if you have any ambiguity, you just look into the preamble. If there is any clash between fundamental rights and DPSP, you look into the preamble. That is why preamble is so important. And even the importance of the preamble has been emphasized in the Keshananda Bharati case also. In that case also, Supreme Court emphasized that the preamble is the part of the constitution, and also it is very, very key feature of the constitution. I hope you understood the very importance and relevance of the preamble. Let us meet in the next video.